we take all these products?
Yeah, take your
eyes, that stuff there.
Take it.
And this should not be visible.
Yeah, just grab that.
Also, should be thumbs up when you're ready. Do you want
yes. Let's go.
No.
Alright, I'll go sit down.
Yeah, Leah, you want to come backstage? Or actually, no, Leah's
I
sitting
don't
right.
have to participate in the things, do I? No, I'll do that.
Alright.
Wait, no, I don't. You're going to be doing a pre-show ritual?
Oh.
We don't have. Why don't we
Oh, shit!
pre-show ritual?
Guys, no, we do
Alright, let's go backstage.
I don't think we have time.
Can we turn over the house to Simon?
Wait, not if we're doing a pre-show ritual.
Pre-show
Yeah, no, it takes like 10 minutes for everyone to get it.
Whatever you
Okay,
guys
fine.
want.
Do you have your seat saved?
It's right there.
Can you make sure? I think my parents are outside with people, so
I'll just ask the parents.
figure it. Yeah.
I mean,
you
Don't
make sure
sit
you
where
got it.
jackets are.
Great. Alright, everyone, let's get backstage so we can turn over the house to
To do
Simon.
what?
Do a pre-show.
Alright.
Pre-show.
Guys, Simon, the house is yours. Guys, let's get backstage now. Be careful.
I'll just stay.
Why?
Well, I have to stay here
What? Why?
Great.
because I'm a plant.
Oh, you're going all the way over there.
Yeah, I
Amazing.
wanna really.
Okay, I like that. See, you could learn something from him. He's got chops. He's got chops. Get everyone sick.
Yeah.
Are you gonna take off your shirt when you? Oh, sorry.
Like
Like
when
when
you take this off during the show.
when you're sitting down.
Yeah, I will.
What? Like when you're sitting down there.
I
You
should-
can-
After
keep it-
after we're
you
like,
can
have
keep
you
it
seen
on.
this before? And you're like, yes. Take it then. Like as you're like sitting down, take it off. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I trust you. Okay, wait. Backstage, everybody.
Is there a specific place we should go, or just come on in? Is there our name on the seat? We're looking for the reserve. I want to go front row
Really? Really? What? Where's that high school? Oh shit. That's I got the DSM. Nice. Yeah. But all the people I knew that are 1 year ahead.
everybody. Hello. My name is Simon Rabinowitz, and I'll be your house manager for this evening's performance by Tilting at Windmills. A few things. Please turn off or silence any cell phone or noise-making devices. It's super distracting, super rude. Just turn them off or make them make no sound. Please note the 2 fire exits in case of any emergencies or anything like that. The show will run approximately 1 hour, 1 hour 15, I believe. So be prepared to laugh and have a good time, and let's give it up for Tilting at Windmills. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the show. Woo! Come on, a little enthusiasm. Thank you for coming to the show. Hello, everybody. This is Tilting at Windmills. I'm your host, Will Kramer.
And I'm Jocelyn Wexler.
Wow, Jocelyn, this week has been crazy.
I know, right? I fought the law, and the law won.
Jocelyn, I mean, the news has been crazy. You know, earlier this month, Donald Trump announced that he will be pulling American troops out of Syria.
Unfortunately for the world, however, he learned the pull-out method a little too late.
Burger King is selling a ghost Whopper for Halloween.
The CEO says that when you eat it, your insides will be spooked.
So, it's just a normal Whopper?
Yes, but the diarrhea is twice as bad. Eliud Kipchoge just broke the elusive 2-hour marathon barrier, finishing in an incredible 1:59:40.
I wouldn't call it that incredible. I finished in 1:59 before.
Ew. Also, we're talking about an hour 59, not a minute 59.
Oh, I know.
That poor woman.
Or goat. Bernie Sanders drew an estimated 26,000 people to his comeback rally in New York City this past weekend, topping Elizabeth Warren's 20,000-person rally early this year.
It's like every rock band's reunion tour, where you don't really love their music much, but figure this is your last chance to see them before they die. Pizza Hut announced they are going to sell an incognito pizza. These pizzas are topped with meatless Italian sausage and will be sold in round, environmentally friendly pizza boxes.
So each box is stuffed with fake sausage and has the edges cut off? Sounds a lot like my circumcised penis. I didn't want to do that joke. Last Monday, the American Academy of Pediatrics published an official policy statement which recommended that parents do not spank, hit, or slap their children.
Oh no! Said naughty little schoolgirls everywhere.
Alright, now we're going to play a game called What's Happening in This Picture. The way it works is that we'll show a picture from this week and Jocelyn will tell us what's happening in it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, so here's your photo.
That is a colorized photo of Yale in 1969.
No, that's not it.
Oh, Donald Trump is getting in trouble because he forgot to bring paper to Origami Club.
No, that's not it.
It's a waterbending conference.
What makes you say that?
Well, where'd the water come from? There's no picture.
That's a fair point. But no, that is not correct.
Okay, well then obviously Nancy Pelosi is curious about the tiny mustachioed man right there, so she's poking his head.
Alright, last chance.
Is this Nancy Pelosi yelling at Donald Trump because she's upset that he pulled out of Syria, putting U.S. allies at risk of destruction by Turkey?
Yes, it is. Thank you for playing. Alright. Thank you. Yeah, a little gratuitous applause. Yeah.
Mitt Romney's burner Twitter was revealed to be an account under the name Pierre Delecto.
If you spell Pierre Delecto backwards, you get Sexy Mormon Halloween.
What?
Yeah, I can't read. The whistleblower who wrote a New York Times op-ed about the Trump administration is coming out with a book called A Warning.
We at Tilting at Windmills have actually obtained a copy. An 11-year-old has run a half marathon in all 50 states. His family says he's the youngest ever to achieve this feat.
When I was 11, I still wasn't potty trained.
You're disgusting.
Yes, I am.
A man in Tennessee grew a 900-pound pumpkin and then used it as a boat.
Yeah, but every time I grow a 900-pound pumpkin and use it as a boat, everyone's like, Will, stop, get off the women's table. The co-creator of Parks and Recreation announced that he thinks Leslie Knope would support Elizabeth Warren over Joe Biden.
This coming on the heels of the creator of The Big Bang Theory announcing that Sheldon and the gang were avid Trump supporters and went to some pretty problematic rallies in their free time. Donald Trump called non-Trump supporting Republicans human scum.
Speaking of human scum, my ex, Jessica, is in the audience tonight. Fuck you, Jessica.
Yeah, fuck you!
I'm to be supported. It's you that cheated on me.
As you may have heard if you've left your suite at any point in the past month,
I have not.
you've seen signs advertising 50 women at Yale 150. This year is the 50th anniversary of women coming to Yale College. To find out more about this important anniversary, we sent senior feminism correspondent Bradley Nowacek to find out more.
Do better next time. Hi, Jocelyn. I spent a lot of time researching this momentous anniversary, and I'm ready to report my findings. In 1969, the world was a different place. Richard Nixon was president, Bryan Adams had a banging summer, and people actually still believed Apollo 11 went to the moon. But in the fall of 1969, something changed. For the very first time, pale and stale white men weren't the only ones pulling up on College Street. Pale and stale women were too. But our story really starts in 1869, 100 years earlier, when Yale researchers were just developing the first working prototypes.
Wait,
now
this is supposed to be about women at Yale 150, right?
It is.
Okay.
It's the 50th anniversary of Yale's invention of women. Yes. So, where was I? The place I started my research is, of course, the Cushing Center, known for being adorned with hundreds of preserved human brains. These brains, the first female brains ever created, are important artifacts in the history of Yale's invention of women.
Those aren't the first female brains, Bradley.
Then why is there a room full of human brains at Yale?
Harvey Cushing was a researcher. He was just experimenting.
Those are all kinds of brains, not just females who, and I can't believe I have to say this, have existed for thousands of years, not just as long as males.
Harvey Cushing was in Deke, Jocelyn. If the time I spent at Francis taught me anything, it's that a Deke man will always need more female heads to even out the ratio.
He has a point.
Now, as I was saying, the graduate schools of Yale have been experimenting with prototypes since 1869, but it wasn't until 1969 that Yale College finally unveiled the first working models.
How would these researchers have invented women?
Well, there are conflicting reports. Some sources report a mixture of sugar, spice, and everything nice.
That's the Powerpuff.
Others say that an orphan snuck into the lab and was bitten by a radioactive woman.
No, that's Spider-Man.
And still others say that Harvey Cushing fucked a fish, which resulted in a mermaid, and from there was only a short leap to creating a full human woman.
Do you steal that from my diary?
You said it, not me. They also obtained a large amount of diamonds after researchers discovered that they were, and I'm quoting primary documents, girls' best friend. Through the course of my research, I learned that women were actually ready to be unveiled in 1967, but researchers held off the rollout for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool that it's exactly 100 years.
Oh no, they thought it would be, quote, fucking hilarious if the year ended in 69.
Nice.
Bradley, if women were invented 50 years ago, then how is it possible that you have a grandmother?
She's 50.
If she's 50, then how old is your mom?
Also 50.
Bradley, you know it's just been 50 years since Yale went co-ed.
So you're trying to tell me that Yale is spending an exorbitant amount of money on fancy desserts and celebrations, and is dedicating an entire academic year just to pat themselves on the back for doing absolutely the bare minimum of allowing women to study here when 70% of colleges and universities in the US were co-ed 70 years earlier?
Yeah.
Come on, Justin, get rid of it. Yale wouldn't just celebrate themselves for doing the bare minimum.
Bradley Nowacek, everybody! Alright, With lucrative job opportunities in science and technology, many students across the nation are turning towards STEM fields.
Yale, however, has historically prided itself on the strength of its humanities.
Right, and as an EP&E major, I think Yale should continue to focus on the sciences, the social sciences. Hey.
And as an actual human person, I think you're a dick. Here to talk about refocusing efforts on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, please welcome our senior STEM correspondent, Zuri Goodman.
Thank you for having me. I know a lot of people in Tilting at Windmills are majoring in Judaic studies, so pardon my chutzpah, but we need to talk about STEM. Now, most people think STEM majors aren't very funny, but according to my calculations, that's false. To prove it, here's a little joke I've been workshopping for my Type 5 stand-up routine.
That's not really why we asked.
What did the double bonded fatty acid say to the single bonded fatty acid?
What?
I'll see you on the opposite side of the bilayer. Well, maybe more of you guys would get the joke if Yale did a better job at teaching STEM. Did you know that 50% of people, pre-frosh, they're barely people, believe 50% of pre-frosh believe they will major in STEM, but only 30% follow through?
Okay, but hasn't Yale already been putting a ton of resources into STEM?
I mean, sure, they might claim that building new labs on Scienceville and, improving the seed are substantial improvements. But come on, let's not be fooled. There's really only one logical explanation. Instead of trying to make STEM resources at this school better, the way to get more people into STEM is to make it more exclusive.
Wouldn't that be counterproductive?
You're not getting it. Yaleys love applying to things. Do you really think EP&E majors care about ethics?
I know I don't.
Right, so we make it more exclusive. That's why we needed to make an application to get into STEM. And we should make letters of recommendations for chemical engineering, 500-word writing samples for Bio 101, final round interviews for Math 230.
So, in order to increase participation in STEM, you want to reject people from STEM.
Look, I know it sounds a little crazy, but, well, remember when you were little and you had a nice orange Tonka truck? Sure, you never played with it, but every time Mom threatened to give it to your younger brother George, you threw a huge tantrum and you purposefully wet the bed out of spite? Yeah, being 16 was rough.
I'm still a little confused. Can you explain?
Absolutely will. As a STEM major myself, I find graphs to be a wonderful explanatory tool. So I did a little something called the bulldog graph. So we have interest and exclusivity on our axes, right? All right, so here's figure 1, the bull curve. Towards the beginning of the bull curve, we have things that aren't exclusive at all, but are super popular, like Durfees and Intro Micro.
Well, of course they're popular. There's only one place on campus where I can indulge in my guilty pleasures and unhealthy behaviors, and that's Intro Micro.
But as exclusivity increases, interest begins to fall, until we reach the bottom of the parabola. These are things at Yale that require a little bit of effort to get involved, and suffer from decreased interest as a result. Some examples include frat life and volunteering.
So, like how I wrote my Common App essay on how helping others actually helped me, but I don't know where Dwight Hall is.
Exactly. And unfortunately, STEM is also at the bottom of this curve. It demands a lot of hard work and time, which some students are just unable to commit to. And why would they? It's a lot of effort for barely any recognition. But now, let's take a look at figure 2, the dog curve. If you're on this curve, you're officially a dog. Now, as exclusivity increases, so does interest. Examples include EP&E, tour guide positions, secret societies, and nightclubs.
So since it's not possible to make STEM any easier, we should just make it more exclusive, and then more people want to get involved so they can show off.
Exactly. STEM classes should be tap only. If you want to take Math 350, you'll need to receive a letter under your door telling you to go to LOM at 11:43 post-meridium on a Tuesday. And you know what you should do? You should go dressed as the quadratic formula.
How do you dress as the quadratic formula?
Oh, it's simple. I just stuff 2 half watermelons down my pants and make my ass cheeks extra curvy.
trying to turn STEM into like Yale's newest secret society.
Yeah, pretty much. If you want more physics majors, give them a 2. If you want more enrollment in Bio 101, just black out the windows and put a bouncer outside. The line would go all the way down Science Hill.
Okay, but how do you suggest we fix the gender imbalance in these fields?
The Bio 101 bouncer only lets you in if you bring enough girls with you. Gotta maintain the ratio, bro.
Okay, but at the end of the day, how can we make STEM itself more fun?
What's better than STEM? We just need better branding. Oh, you mean sensual, tantalizing, erotic, and of course, mathematics.
One of those is not like the others.
Well, I kind of had to make do. There's just not that many words that start with the letter T.
It's a thinker, folks. All right, one final question. Like, once people are actually doing it, they're into STEM, wouldn't they realize it's not sexy at all and just drop out?
Absolutely not. The #1 priority for Type A Yale students is grade A clout. If people think what they're doing is coveted, they're going to keep doing it, even if they hate it. And that's why I'm still with tilting at windmills.
Last month, Yale announced that it will no longer accept donations from the Sackler family. The Sacklers have contributed millions of dollars to charitable causes, including art museums in Washington, D.C.
Oh, I love Washington, D.C., the city of brotherly love. Sorry, guys, I'm a bit of a geography buff.
Yale rejected the Sackler donations as it has become increasingly clear to the American public that Sacklers were instrumental in causing the current opioid crisis.
Well, I visited the Freer Sackler Museum of Asian Art, and they have the sickest old samurai outfits on display. Big fan.
The Sackler family owns Purdue Pharma, the makers of OxyContin.
They also funded a wing at the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Purdue Pharma spent years lying about the addictive properties of the prescription painkiller OxyContin.
At the Sackler wing, you can see the Temple of Dender, an ancient Egyptian temple built around 15 BC.
The Sacklers misinformed patients and doctors to get more people to take the drug.
Temple of Dender's shirts at the Met gift shop are 40% off right now. That's a deal.
They caused the opioid crisis and made themselves billionaires in the process.
Okay. It seems like a stretch to blame them for the entire opioid crisis. I don't think many people saw it coming and knew how bad it could be.
Purdue Pharma pled guilty and paid $600 million in federal court to criminal charges that they misled regulators, doctors, and patients about the drug's risk of addiction and its potential to be abused.
Come on, Jocelyn, that was only in the New York Times last week. I read the New York Times. They have this great daily podcast.
Okay, this was in 2007.
Have things changed?
Well, sure. As the crisis got worse, they also branched out into new business opportunities, like selling treatments for opioid addiction.
Wait, so the Sacklers caused the crisis and now they're selling the cure? That's like a Plan B salesman poking holes in condoms.
A Plan B salesman? Is that how you think birth control works? Like, some dude just goes knocking door to door like, ma'am, can I interest you in some emergency contraception on this fine morning?
Oh, ma'am, can I interest you in some emergency contraceptive on this fine morning? I also offer, free condoms.
No, I'm okay. Do you know him?
Family friends.
Sackler family member on the board said the company can make money at both ends of the funnel as an end-to-end pain provider.
So they cause huge problems for the world, and then they use donations to clean their names. Sounds like indulgences from the Catholic Church back in medieval times, just like selling things for eternal salvation.
Oh, you're damn right it does. Indulgences! Indulgences for sale! Stay out of hell for the low, low price of $9.99. It's now or never, or should I say now or forever. But wait, order now, and within the next 10 minutes, if you call, stay out of hell twice for the same price.
Come on, Greg, there is no way with God being cool, you're just like selling your way out of being shitty.
Don't you also sell Plan B and defective condoms? Does Jesus know about this?
I have a lot of business ventures. Now, would you all like to purchase some indulgences to counteract any recent sinful activity? Jocelyn, I hear that you have premarital sex. And Will, I hear that you steal your roommate's toothpaste without asking.
I have premarital sex too.
Okay, let's not add lying to the list now, shall we? The point is that indulgences can save your souls.
Do people ever actually buy these indulgences?
Oh, indulgences are all the rage. Lori Laughlin hit me up for that college admissions scandal. Adam Sandler bought some to make up for Jack and Jill. And Peter Salovey bought some for all those cats stapled to those trees.
Heaven isn't like Yale. You can't just pay $50,000 to get in.
50,000, that's a deal. I paid $400,000 just for my spot on the team.
You probably work with the Sackler family too.
Oh, they're some of my best customers. The Sacklers have built wings at the Met, the Louvre, the Guggenheim, a library at Oxford, a science institute at Yale, and a lot more.
To counteract starting an addiction crisis in America, that's like volunteering to teach elementary schoolers after cheating on a math test.
But instead of cheating on your math test, it's getting the kindergartners hooked on Oxy.
Did they decide that one Asian painting is worth 20 lives?
Also, why Asian art?
Yeah, let's unpack that.
Is that problematic?
Protesters seem to have caught on to them. Recently, they threw thousands of fake Oxy prescriptions down the main gallery of the Guggenheim while chanting, "Take down their name." It's really cutting into my business.
Well, 100 years from now, everyone who remembers the opioid crisis will be dead, and their name will still be on these buildings.
The pressure from the activists has gotten so intense, though, that the Tate Museums, the National Portrait Gallery in London, and the Guggenheim have all publicly rejected the Sackler money. And now, Yale University has too, and it's destroying my commission. I barely have enough money to refill all my condoms.
Does admission to heaven depend on the number of buildings at time of death? And can you retract afterwards?
Like when Peter Salovey rescinds admission after finding out you don't actually play soccer?
Are you calling Salovey God?
Do you not?
I call him Daddy.
Thank you, Greg, for joining us today. We know that art pieces can be a little bit in the weeds and a little bit wonkish and kind of hard to understand, and in general, not kid-friendly.
Yeah, so in an attempt to spread our message to the youth of America, we decided to create an alternative version of that story featuring a brand new character.
Introducing Tilting at Windmills senior children's correspondent, the rollerblading cow.
Hey there, kids. Time to say wow. Lower your lids and raise your brow. Hey there, kids. The time is now. It's the rollerblading cow.
Hi, kids. I'm the rollerblading cow. Now, today we're going to talk about the opioid crisis. This company, Purdue Pharma, who is making some bad medicine. Oh!
It's been a dark couple days on set.
May he rest in peace. At a town hall in Las Vegas, Melania Trump was asked an incredibly important question.
If the family had one choice for a meal as a group, what would it be? Casserole? McDonald's? Someone said McDonald's.
Maybe spaghetti.
There we go. There we go.
This video is funny, but it also highlights an important issue in our political discourse.
The Trump family is becoming like the UK's royal family, where everything they do is news. Why do we insist on observing everything the Trump family does? Is the trend a healthy way of policing our leaders, or is a reality TV-obsessed population insisting on viewing everything our celebrity president does?
Well, here with his deep dive investigative PowerPoint, please welcome our spaghetti correspondent, Jamie Large.
Hey everybody, let's take another look at that video real quick.
Maybe spaghetti.
Did you guys see that? I'm gonna play it one more time.
Maybe spaghetti.
Anybody?
Maybe spaghetti.
You catch it? Oh, no. Sorry, I think this thing might be broken. Well, that should not be on there.
Maybe spaghetti.
Oh, God.
Jamie, what is going on? Where are you going with
I'm
this?
getting there. My question is, who is this maybe spaghetti? Is this another Matthew Calamari situation? Is Donald Trump's family eating their bodyguards? I decided that this research needed all of my attention, so I spent the past few weeks not eating, not sleeping, doing a little bit of PCP, and most of all researching and PCP. You know.
Maybe spaghetti.
Jamie, what? Don't do PCP.
Point one, spaghetti is the plural form of the Italian word spaghetto, which is a diminutive of spago, meaning thin string or twine. Let's keep this word in mind, twine. This will come back later.
This is not the research we asked.
Jocelyn, who makes spaghetti?
Italian
Maybe
people?
spaghetti.
That's right, B's. Now, B is the second letter of the alphabet. This will all be coming back later. Point B.
Jamie, you're off the rails. Come on, what happened to what you had earlier?
Where you talked about the importance of clickbait in modern discourse, it was really good.
I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. I'm gonna get there, guys. I am there, guys. Legalize it! Well, how do bees make spaghetti?
Maybe spaghetti.
Bees still don't make spaghetti.
They put it into a bee press. What else would bee presses be used for?
What is a bee press?
You're funny. Oh, we'll put press in there too. Is cooking the spaghetti.
Maybe spaghetti.
You could say that the spaghetti is self-made, correct?
No. That's not correct.
It's still super irrelevant.
Okay, self-made, obviously, is referring to the breakthrough album by who?
Rocco. We all love
Yeah,
Rocco.
Maybe spaghetti.
Rocco. My main man Rocco is going in the mix, baby. Here we go.
What mix? What are you doing?
Jocelyn, where was I the last time I ate spaghetti?
Why would I know that?
Bama. I was in Bama. We're doing this.
Jamie, that's enough.
You had a simple job. All you had to do was write a nice, normal piece about media fetishization.
You know what? Just get off the stage.
But guys, I'm there. All the pieces are assembled. Here's the big reveal. Ready? Twine to Bama, B Rocco press. We just to rearrange that a little bit. We have Rocco Bama, twine to B Rocco Bama, trying to be president. Barack Obama is running for president in 2020. Here we go, baby. Obama's coming back. Obama mania. Oh, guys, I knew it. I knew it.
Barack Obama already served 2 terms.
He literally can't run for president.
Oh. I've got nothing for you guys then, actually. Oh, unless...
We don't want PCP.
Okay, no, PCP is obviously just for me. But what if instead after the show I could take you guys out to dinner, you know? You could get a little bit of garlic bread, maybe some meatballs, and if the mood is right, I don't know,
Maybe spaghetti.
Jamie Large, everybody.
A recent report from the YDN revealed that 80% of the mugs from Pearson Dining Hall have been stolen.
Don't look at me. I mean, I've taken like 1 mug this year, but that's it.
I think we've all snagged a mug at some point or another.
I brought it back to my room and I forgot about it for a few days, and I guess I'd left some liquid in it, and when I finally rediscovered it, there was some mold growing in it.
It's quite a story.
And obviously I couldn't bring it back at that point, because could you imagine the looks I'd get if I walked into the dining hall with a mug covered in mold? So I left it in my room, and the mold, it kept growing and growing.
That's a terrible
One day I
solution.
walked back into my room and I saw something moving in the mug, and in that moment, I saw something moving in the mug, and you know what? I looked inside and I found a small humanoid being.
Wait, what?
I held it in my 2 arms and I felt its gills slowly inhale and exhale, and in that moment I knew I'd have to raise it as my own.
What are you talking about?
It suckled on my teats, it fed on my blood. The more I nurtured it, the more I began to love it as my own. And then, yesterday, it It escaped.
It what?
It escaped, Jocelyn. It escaped.
Okay. We're not doing this right now. We have a guest waiting.
Oh, little Xenoculus.
Anyway, now to talk about the mug mania sweeping through dining halls, please welcome our resident upstanding citizen, Annie Jaiman.
Great to be here, guys.
So good to have you. So, Annie, this report is pretty damning. What do you think it says about Yale students' morals?
Damning indeed. Frankly, it's heartbreaking to see the community revolt like this, and against Yale dining, a bastion of the Yale community.
Well, I'm not sure I'd go that far.
Come on, Jocelyn. Yale dining is inspired, better for you, responsible, and tradition.
Are you just quoting the placards they put in the dining hall? No. Are you sure?
Fine.
Okay. You know what, can you just tell us how someone would go about stealing a mug?
Well, if I were to steal a mug, and I wouldn't, but if I were to, I'd sneak into the Berkeley dining hall on a quiet Wednesday night.
Okay.
They leave it open late so that you can get tea and cereal, you know?
Yeah, I know.
So I'd go in casually with my friends just to get a late night snack.
Okay.
But it was all a ruse. A foolhardy quest to come away with more than your beloved cocoa ruse.
More than cocoa ruse?
Silky, smooth, white porcelain, beveled, handled, you lust for it. You want to bring it back to your suite and feel it against your oily, pimply face. To hear your retainer clink against it. You want to lick it, but not on the inside where other people lick it. You want to lick it on the outside, maybe even on the handle. Wait, what is happening?
Anyways, you were describing making love to a mug in rapid detail.
I caress it like my mother once.
Okay. Can you just tell us, do students feel bad taking all these mugs?
Absolutely not, Jocelyn. Now, if they were to take a plate, that might raise some eyebrows.
Did you steal that plate?
And, you know, if they were to bring some silverware, that would definitely ruffle feathers.
Is this the soup spoon?
Even the soup spoon.
You stole the soup spoon?
Bowls and cups. And the plumpest, voluptuousest, perkiest breast, the finest Singapore chicken you've ever laid your eyes on.
Please tell me you didn't steal all of this. Is that spa water? Do you feel guilty about stealing an entire dining set?
Jocelyn, I'm a big believer in karma. If the world wanted to punish me, it would have done it already.
I'm not sure I buy that. Who am I to stop you? Our resident upstanding citizen, Annie, everybody.
Xenoculus, no!
Many people who come to Yale have to decide whether to vote absentee or in New Haven. So to help you with your decision, we at Tilting at Windmills have created a brief quiz.
To follow along, just keep track of which letter you answer most, and at the end we'll announce your result.
So would anyone in the audience like to oh, yes, you. Come on down.
Yep.
Now, before we begin, I need to certify that you've never seen the following questions before. Is that true?
No, it's not.
Okay. You know, ignore that. Here's your first question. Why do you want to vote?
A, to hold Yale accountable.
B, you care so goddamn much about your town clerk. Fuck, that shit gets you turned on.
Or C, so Daddy will be proud of his big baby boy.
I think the health inspectors in town are too damn strict. Monsieur Matisse should let more rats in.
You know what, here's your next question. Like, how do you think you'll die?
A, dramatically shielding Justin Elliker from a gunman's bullet with your own body.